That was Herbie Hancock's Driftin', just a swinger from start to finish. The original recording had Billy Higgins on drums, and he did the cross stick on 2 and the tom-tom on beat 4, and it really sets up a great groove for the tune. I guess the biggest goal for me on this is just to swing. What a great band that we have, and when you hear Vibes swinging, it really puts you right in the center of the groove. And of course, the main thing I'm trying to do is, now that Steve Ali is on board on piano, we're trying to agree on our comping style. So I just simply listen to Steve and really draw from his vocabulary, and that ends up being on my snare drum quite a bit. And the other thing is to put my cymbal notes right in the middle of Jeremy and follow the energy of the song. This song is swinging so hard from the get-go that it is a challenge not to just, to kind of let it simmer and build naturally. But that is, in fact, my job, and our job is to really build the energy of the song and keep it propelling ahead. Great song. Swingin'.
This tune, Driftin', there's several things about it. Like Steve was saying, it just feels good to play it. So on the vibraphone, playing the melody, just kind of honoring it, maybe embellishing it a little bit, but just kind of letting it speak itself, because it's such a great melody over the top of that particular swinging groove. And then I think sometimes in thinking about soloing over it, for me, I just try to stay really close to the key center, because sometimes it just has that blues element. So it's funny, because sometimes it really is a good example of how melody, to me, kind of trumps harmony sometimes. And this melody is so strong that even in my solo, sometimes it's hard for me not to play it or move around it. And we move through harmony so much when we're playing jazz that it's funny sometimes if you try to actually stick to exactly the chords, especially in the turnarounds of the tune. Sometimes I don't really enjoy what I play when I do that, so I try to stick more to the bluesy element of it. And I was talking about this earlier. I think there's, not in every tune, but in most tunes there's a blues element, and I think it's always really important to kind of seek out and find that. It doesn't mean that you always have to play it continually, but in a tune like this, Herbie wrote such a funky tune that you have to kind of honor it and find out how you can kind of weave in and out of it and make it part of it. And I think that's what makes the tune really special, the hits, and then playing with great players like this, it just feels good. So you just feel like smiling while you're playing it. So it's a great tune.
In Drifting, Herbie Hancock wrote a great swinging tune that's a lot of fun to play, and it's important once you get into the groove that you stay there and sit in the pocket and make it feel good. But it's also really important on a tune like this that has some characteristic hits on the melody that everybody in the band makes those hits and follows how they shape the melody. So when I'm playing this, I really think about those little details. Are we going to make these hits together? Are we going to be in 2 when we come out of those hits? We're going to go to 4 on the bridge. How are we going to lead into that? The tune might be sort of, on the surface, a simple kind of a tune, but Herbie has given enough rhythmic ideas to pay attention to, and made the chord changes just a little bit different from what you might get in just a really sort of simple, straight-ahead, down-home kind of swinger that you have to keep on your toes when you're playing a tune like this. Of course, that makes it all the more fun to play. So a little bit of interest here and there rhythmically, harmonically, and in the shape of the tune gives the drummer and the bass player, everybody in the band, something to really hang on to in a tune like this.
Well, it's hard to sit at the piano and play Driftin' without trying to channel the great Herbie Hancock. Like Rusty said, it has, and Jeremy has some interesting harmonies beyond the blues, where it goes to minor and it goes to the half diminished and then the diminished. So there's some nice textures in there that you can explore, still keeping it a blues-based song. From the roll of the piano, I feel that my job is to hook up with the drums and the bass and get a unified sound with the rhythm section first, and make sure, like Jeremy said, that we make the hits. You notice this is the perfect example of a really swinging two-beat. They really keep the time very fluid, and it really swings. And then when they go into 4/4, it's just right out the door. And they keep the intensity in a relaxed way throughout the whole song. It is easy at this tempo to start sagging with the tempo a little bit, but that doesn't happen at all. Everybody's on their toes and paying attention. Also from the roll of the piano, we're almost treating the vibes as like a horn player in a way, as the solo instrument. So at first we hook up with the rhythm section and be careful to voice the chords so that the solo range of the vibe speaks clearly, and that we're not playing chords that are right on top of his melody notes. So that's a consideration. And then listening to his phrasing, because his phrases are very defined and very easy to play with and follow. So we can make some nice rhythmic hits in between some phrase endings and releases. So a really fun song to play, and I hope you get a chance to play the song as well.